Okay, a few videos prior I was talking about benzodiazepines, and I did a very poor job of explaining what the symptoms of withdrawal are because I named maybe 5 out of the 100 plus symptoms that I'm going to name in this video. And I'm sorry if it goes a bit long. I might need to make this a two-parter because there are that many symptoms. We'll start in alphabetical order. Abdominal pains and cramps, aching jaw, which can feel as bad as having a broken jaw, believe it or not. It gets very bad, like somebody's digging under and like dismantling your jaw. Aching joints, aching muscles, acute hyperexcited state, aggressive behavior, agitated sight, agitation, agoraphobia if you're leaving your house, allergic reactions to foods that you could previously tolerate, so your entire structure internally changes to the point that you are now allergic for having allergic reactions to foods that you could previously eat perfectly fine. A little bit scary, right? Allergy and nasal symptoms exacerbated. As you can see right now, if you watched my previous video, you know I'm going through withdrawal. Anger, anxiety, apathy, appetite, either loss or voracious, which I would guess means more of an appetite, with a constant desire to eat. Arms and legs feel detached from body, kind of like phantom leg syndrome or phantom limb syndrome, ataxia. Can't coordinate muscle movements, so I want to go right and I go left, or I can't pick up a glass properly, things like that. Back pain, band around head, feel like you have a band that's pressing, making tactile sensations on your head. Bladder incontinence, so not being able to use your bladder, not good. Bladder irritation, feeling of having an infection or cystitis, I don't know what that is. Bleeding between menstrual cycles, bleeding from the nose, blepharism, eye twitches. I don't like all of these big words for very simple things. Eye twitches, common. People jolt their eyes. There's not the best example of an eye twitch, but bloated stomach, also known as benzo belly, bloated diarrhea, constipation, blood pressure fluctuations, blurred vision, seeing spots, flashes, or vivid vision. Body feels like jelly. That could be mostly within the legs, but could be the entire body, depending on how bad of withdrawal you're going through and how rapid you're detoxing. Body odor, stinking sweat, body temperature fluctuations. I've experienced that right now. Body temperature reading higher or lower than 98.6. That one's kind of strange. I guess that means an irregular body temperature. Brachycardia, slow heartbeat or pulse. Brain moving within the skull. That's an interesting one. Also very scary if you've ever felt your brain move inside your skull. Breasts heavy, oversensitive, swollen, enlarged, and painful. Breathing difficulties, breathlessness, bruxism, which is teeth grinding. Buildings appear to be leaning, burning along the spine, burning sensations around the mouth, buzzing, burning, and tingling limbs. Changes in perceptions, faces are distorting, inanimate objects are moving, which isn't quite hallucinating, but it pretty much is in all reality. Changes in skin color, tone, and texture, which is scary if you're a female or a male that really cares about how their skin looks. Chemical sensitivities, chest tightness, chills, can feel like the heebie-jeebies you get when you are viewing a scary movie. So, yeah. Choking, claustrophobia, fear of being in small spaces. Clumsiness, which I think everybody knows what being clumsy is, dropping stuff that you normally wouldn't drop or falling down when you normally would be able to stand up. Cognitive impairment, confusion, constipation, cracked and sore lips. I'm going through that right now and was very confused as to what was going on with my lips until I read this. Cramping in stomach, craving for sweets and sugary foods, crying jags, which could also be called crying spells, cuts and abrasions that take weeks to heal, so essentially your body cannot heal at a proper time. Dark circles under the eyes, I've been having that for the past couple of weeks. Decaying teeth and gums, that's a scary one. Dehydration, delirium, being delirious, walking around in a dream-like confused state. Demented and murderous thoughts, which is a dangerous one. Dental pain, depersonalization, a feeling of not knowing who you are. Depression, and then derealization, not knowing what reality is, or having a confused sense of what reality is. But different than having a delusion, just seeing reality in a way that doesn't quite make sense to the way you used to see reality. Then you have diarrhea, difficulty in writing slowly, difficulty swallowing, difficulty writing or holding a fork, due to muscle weakness, difficulty writing, again, discharge from the breasts, disorientation, distended abdomen, disorientations or distortions or distortions or hallucinations. I'm sorry. Dizziness in general, or a feeling like you are falling off the couch, chair, or bed. That's something that's common, like when you sleep, you'll wake up and feel like you're falling off a chair or something like that. But while you're awake, that's a totally different story. Double vision, dry mouth, dry throat, sore tongue, and throat. Dry throat, sore tongue, and thrush. That was a typo. Dry itchy skin, dry tickly cough. Dysphagia, which is indigestion. Dysphagia, difficulty eating or swallowing. I believe that was already said. Dysphoria, inability to feel pleasure, happiness. Dyspnea, breathing difficulty. Earache, sinus problems, electric shock feelings, emotional blunting, meaning you can't give or receive empathy, happiness. You can't. You're just blunt. You're blank. You don't feel like anything at all, and it makes it very hard to interact with people. Encoprasia, which is facial incontinence. I'm sorry, fecal incontinence. Yeah, fecal incontinence. My bad, not facial incontinence. Oophageal spasms, that's a spasm of some sort. Excitability, exercise. Really? Exercise? Oh, exercise causing all of the symptoms to be exacerbated. So that's a little tip. If you are going through withdrawal, it's best to not exercise because it will cause your symptoms to be infinitely worse, depending on who you are, but that is a common symptom. Exhaustion, being extremely cold, extreme lethargy, not moving, extreme thirst, extremely disturbed, extremely nervous and jumpy, eyes will be sore, tired, seeing floaters, spots, itchy, falling hair, basically losing your hair, fatigue, leaden heaviness, fear of shouldn't be laughing. Fear of being a burden or unloved, fear of being alone, fear of dying, fear of insanity, fear of losing control, fear of never recovering, fear of water. And I kind of laughed at the beginning of that because all of these fears are false, and to fall victim to fear is to fall victim to a false energy appearing real, and you need to recognize that there is nothing to fear. And when you're going through these symptoms, you basically have to understand that none of them are legitimate, and it just stops off at fear of water, which is kind of a good place to stop off because if you're afraid of water, you're going to be pretty much afraid of everything. So fear can manifest itself in any way, shape, or form during benzo withdrawal or otherwise. And then, we're only at F through Z, so we're going to have to make another video. And I'm just going to have to keep listing these off because the withdrawal symptoms are massive. There's a massive amount of withdrawal symptoms. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from this. I don't know if there's much to enjoy from this except for how messed up a lot of these things are. I have to sign off for now. Have a good day.